diabetic ghost do when it's really, really low?
I don't know. What?
It takes glucagon. By the end of this presentation, you should know what glucagon is. Don't worry. So we'll start out with getting diabetes. Diabetes isn't really contagious. You just get it. And it happens when, it just happens. But it happens when your pancreas stops working, doing its job. And the pancreas's job is to produce insulin, which is tiny cells inside your pancreas of medicine. The symptoms of, so to know you have diabetes is you have these symptoms. You usually have, first of all, you have something to top it all off, maybe like the flu or something, like before that. But then after the flu, you get the diabetes. But here are the symptoms. So you can become super thirsty because of all the sugar in your blood. So you need to get some water. So you drink lots and lots of water at night and at day. And then you need to go to the bathroom a lot because you drank so much water. So you need to go to the bathroom, and those are the symptoms. As soon as you find out you have diabetes, you have to go to the ER, which really sucks. But luckily, the hospital helps. The people in the hospital help you, even though it's painful with all those pricks and shots and needles and all those blood tests and all that stuff. And you basically you start a whole new life that's really more complicated, but you get to understand it. Part of that new life is the treatment of diabetes. You have to treat diabetes or else you could just end up unfortunate. So, first of all, you get introduced to a meter. The meter is really cool. And it's in a little black pack thing. And along with the meter, in the same pack, is a little pricker. So you use it to prick your fingers. I used to do it on my arm, which I think would hurt right now, but now I do it on my fingers. And also there's a bottle of strips, and if you open the bottle and take out a strip and put it inside the slot in the meter, it starts working. You check your blood sugar, you take the blood, and then you put the blood to the strip, and it goes up the strip into the meter, and then you know what your blood sugar is. We'll get to that in a second. So, after you're introduced to the meter, strips, and pricker, you get introduced to, I know it sucks, shots, but so you take it every morning and night. Well, at least that's what I did. And they really, really hurt. In the morning I did it on my thighs, and then I did it on my butt. But I don't take shots anymore. Because I changed to a pump. This is a pump. Most of you haven't seen this before. It is a really cool machine. It is like the meter. It was basically the same thing except it's attached to me. The meter is not attached to me. And I like the pump better than the meter for one reason, and that is because, two reasons. One is it's easier to get it out, and the other is when you press the buttons, it goes faster. But only me and my family are allowed to press the buttons, and the doctors and nurses. So I changed to pump, and since I have a pump, I don't need to take shots, because the shots give you insulin, but the pump will give you insulin too. if you just tell it to by pushing the buttons. Then you have to take action. So you guys may not know what high and low means, but they're terms that me and my nurse have often used a lot. When you're high, it means you're really jumpy and you're full of action and you're like really over the roof, as Mom says it. And you're like really active, jumping around, and yeah. You're filled with energy. But when you're low, it is the exact opposite. I have symptoms when I'm low. My legs start hurting and I feel really sleepy or hungry, mostly hungry, and I want to gobble everything up in sight, and it's just what happens when you're low, because then you don't have enough sugar in your blood, so you need to take more sugar in order to get a little more up. The range is about 150. But an example of a really low one is 49. I've been that a couple times. An example of a really high one is 345. So, if you're really low, so this is about the glucagon joke I told you in the beginning. If you're really low, you take a shot called glucagon. I hate the glucagon, but yeah. And if you are like really low, you could go into a coma, or you could die. But comas are better than that because then you can use the glucagon. But if you're dead, you can't really use it. So, if you're in a coma, you're unconscious, so you can't put the glucagon in yourself, but another person has to do it. So they have to put the shot in for you, and then you get some sugar in your blood, and then you can do what all the other people do. Have fun, do lots of good stuff after you wait for it to come into your blood. And so the shot is called glucagon. If you are high, to fix that to go a little more down would to be get exercise or inject insulin from either a shot or the pump, which is so awesome. That's why I love it. And so now that we've gone through the presentation, you should know about getting diabetes, how to treat diabetes, and getting into action with diabetes. Thank you.